Здесь на свете цветок алый, алый, яркий пламенный, будто заря.
This beautiful song comes from the 1977 stop-motion animated film Silk Tassel. The visuals I put together using the AI tool FramePack, which we'll dive into in this tutorial.
Перевалом вспыхнет свежий, как ветра глоток. Самый сказочный и небывалый, самый волшебный цветок.
Hey everyone! Now, instead of 5-second clips, you can generate smooth, cohesive videos up to 2 minutes long. That's a game changer. Thanks to a new algorithm, bidirectional sampling, the developers have tackled one of the biggest issues in neural network animation: drifting. That's when the image gradually degrades from the first frame to the last, becoming blurry and losing its original quality. Now, every frame is sharp and well-rendered. Key point: generation is now available even on low-end computers with a graphics card that has just 6 gigabytes of VRAM. Another awesome feature, FramePack can handle interpolation. You upload the first and last frames and it creates a smooth, consistent animation. More on that later. In this video, I'll show you 2 ways to set up this tool. The first is easier but offers limited control over the process and settings. The second is running it in ComfyUI, where you have full control over the generation process and can tweak it to fit your needs. Let's start with the first method. Simple package installation on your computer. Head to the link in the description and download the archive. Unzip it wherever you'd like. Open the folder and run this file. The program will start installing and downloading the necessary models. You'll need to wait a bit. Once it's done, the Gradio interface will open in your browser. By default, it's set to a light theme. You can change that in the settings. Upload a reference image. Write a prompt. Mine is: a flower sways in the wind, particles float in the air, and a glow creates a magical aura. This checkbox: use caching. If it's enabled, generation is faster, but you might get artifacts. For example, in this animation, the girl's head rotates in a really weird way. It's best to use caching during preliminary generation to quickly preview results. Once you find a good option, turn it off for the final render. Here you set the video length. The default is 5 seconds. I'll set it to 10 seconds. For a flower, that's enough. But you can go up to 2 minutes. Steps and CFG. This is the amount of allocated memory. The default is 6 gigabytes. The documentation says if you get an error at this setting, you should increase the memory. I bumped it up to 17 gigabytes. Keep in mind, the higher this value, the slower the generation. Hit start and the generation begins. You can watch the process unfold step by step. You can also track the progress in the console. Here's the result. The Gradio interface has limited settings. Let's explore how to run this engine in ComfyUI. Follow the link in the description to the installation instructions. All the necessary links are listed here. Click the first link. This is where you'll find all the models you need to download and place in the appropriate folders, except for the diffusion models, which we'll grab elsewhere. In your ComfyUI directory, go to the Custom Nodes folder. While in this folder, type CMD in the address bar and hit Enter to open a terminal window. Head to the ComfyUI FramePack page and copy the code. Back in the terminal, type the git clone command, paste the copied code, and hit Enter. A folder with the necessary files will be created. Go into that folder. Now we need to run this text file to install additional dependencies. Copy the full file name, including the extension. In this folder, run CMD again to open a terminal. Type the command pip install -r, paste the file name, and hit Enter. The installation will start. Once it's done, you can launch ComfyUI. Go to the Examples folder and drag the workflow into your ComfyUI environment. This is a simple workflow, and we'll quickly go through the nodes. Here are all the links to the models used in this workflow. VAL loader. This sets a variable for a more compact way to call the loader in other parts of the workflow. Variable for this loader. Dual clip model loader. Positive prompt where I write. A little girl walks along a mountain path singing a song. The wind tousles her hair and dress, the grass sways, and the landscape shifts with her movement. The example includes 2 model loaders to choose from. I'll use the second one. 0 node for the negative prompt. K-sampler, you can see it also takes data from the first and last frames, which the program uses to create interpolation. These are the node groups. Right now, I have unrelated images here, and the program will still try to create a smooth transition between them. Ideally, these should represent the start and end of a motion, like a character crouching to jump in the first frame and airborne in the last. That way, the interpolation will accurately create the jumping motion. Load the first frame. Resolution. Resize. Data goes to K-sampler. Same for the final frame. If you don't need motion based on first and last frames and just want to animate a single image with some standard movement, you can deactivate the second group. The generation will then rely on just one reference image. In K-sampler, I set 15 steps since that's enough for cartoon-style animation. For realistic video generation, you'd want to use more. Here, I only changed the duration in seconds and allocated 17 gigabytes of VRAM for generation, depending on your graphics card's capacity. The community is buzzing about potential integration with ControlNet. It's not available yet, but since the creators of ControlNet and this animation tool are the same team, I'm betting a ControlNet integration is coming soon. Even now, though, it works incredibly well and the results are genuinely impressive. So I stitched together the animation clips to create the final video. If you enjoyed this, give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel.
Есть на свете цветок алый, алый, яркий, пламенный, будто заря. Самый солнечный и небывалый, он мечтою зовется не зря. Может, там за 7 перевалом вспыхнет свет.